every once in a while you see a gal and just the way she acts, the way she does things in public, and you think, man, that was a keeper. Then there's other times when you see something else. Hey, it's your buddy Moo Juice Magic here, and we're going to talk about one of those other times, but we're going to let her do it in her own words before we break it down.
Number one, I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number two, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out. His job is to provide for his family, so I am not financially contributing to any of the bills. Number three, I do not do his laundry. I have my own laundry and my children's laundry to do, so he could do his own. I won't help him put it away. I won't help him fold anything. That's his responsibility. Number four, he is responsible for replacing any of his essentials like soap, shampoo, anything like that. He needs to go buy it himself. Even if I'm at the store, I will not be replacing it for him. If he needs new underwear, new socks, or anything like that, that's for him to do. I'm not going to do it for him. I'm not going to enable.
Okay, so, yeah, lots to unpack there. As a human being, and this is going to ruffle some feathers here and piss some people off, and I don't care, I'm just going to tell it like it is. As a human being, as a creature, an animal on this planet, your main goal, your bare minimum that you can do to contribute to your species is to reproduce. That is the bare minimum that a human or any other animal on the planet is required to do. The bare minimum is to have a baby, to have another human, to have more humans. That's it. To go forth and repopulate the earth. That's it. Bare minimum. I know that we make a big deal out of pregnancy in this day and age. We weren't always like that. There were times when women would be working in the rice fields, drop a baby out, stick it to its boob, and go back to working. Yes, I said it a lot there and objectified women there, and I don't care because that's what we're talking about here as a creature, as an animal. Okay. In this day and age, we don't do that. A woman has a baby, she's put on a pedestal, she's treated very, very well. She is pampered and babied by everyone, especially up to the hospital and labor and delivery. That was not always the case. But this woman here takes it a step further, and she feels like that apparently is all she has to do at all ever. Now, she does say she's responsible for her kids. But one of the things that you do if you're a parent is you are supposed to be a good example to your children as how to be good spouses. And she's not doing that. She's doing the exact opposite of that. So she's doing her children a disservice. She's not even being a good parent at that point. Because the base thing you do as a parent is be an example. To be an example for your kids to be better than you as an individual. We're supposed to be upgrading our children, not continuing any kind of processes or weird cycle that our families have, these generational curses, as they say in certain places and in circles. What this woman's doing is disrespecting her husband completely. She's being completely useless to her husband. And she's doing very little to help her children out in the long term. She's doing bad just as a parent in general right here. She's being a single parent without being single. She's showing her kids that you can be a single parent in front of your husband. Terrible, terrible way to be. Now, another question arises. I would venture a guess that the kids are not the husband's kids in this situation. I'm just going to guess that because she has that single person mentality. And maybe it would be even worse if that's the mentality she has and she's just this is the father of her kids. That would be even worse. But if he is expected as a man to raise your children, your dirty little offspring, then you need to be an actual wife. And I hate to break this to you, but being somewhat subservient, not being a slave, the term subservience is taken out of context too frequently, is to be subservient to your husband if you expect him to do all of the other things that provide you with a good life. If you expect him to provide your rent, your food, your care, and everything, you need to do more than the bare minimum of laying on your back and getting some semen put in you so you can pop out a baby. And if those aren't his kids and you're riding in on his momentum, then you needed to be doing a hell of a lot more. If you guys, we give guys a lot of heat, ladies and gentlemen. If a guy marries in to a woman and she has kids already, he needs to treat those kids like they're his kids. I'm a big proponent of that. You need to be a father figure to those kids. Even if the dad is still in the life, you're now marrying their mother. You have to be a good example. You know what you're getting into. The kids don't have that choice. You do as a grown-ass man. Your responsibility is taking on parenting for those children. But at the same time, lady, if you're expecting a man to do that, you need to go extra. You need to be extra for that man. You need to go a hell of a lot further because you already have something that's going to cause a fissure in your marriage. You have children with another man. Believe it or not, as good as that guy you have now is, that's a tough one. That's a freaking tough row to hoe. It's hard enough for a guy to date or marry a girl when he knows she slept with other people. Believe it or not, ladies, that's an issue a lot of guys have, whether we tell you about it or not. It's a real thing. It bugs every guy who has any kind of self-respect at all, period. It doesn't mean it's a deal breaker. It just means it's rough. Every guy that I've ever talked to that's honest has been straight up about it. They wouldn't say that to their spouse because they love them, but that shit's tough. And every guy that I've ever known that's like, I'm raising these kids like my own, there's still a separation there. That they know that those kids, though they're theirs and they're going to treat them like theirs, they're not theirs. So ladies, you need to step your game up 190% in that situation because you've already slung it out and he's willing to put it down for you anyway. That's a big fucking deal because you're stealing from that man's ego if you're doing otherwise. And you're expecting this guy here in this situation to take care of it if that's what's going on with her. Now, if this is her husband and she has these kids with him, dude, this chick is a train wreck. This guy, I wish that he would have seen the red flags first. I'm guessing she's hyper controlling. It sounds like it. She's obviously useless to have around the house. She won't even pick up shampoo at the grocery store for him when she's out shopping. How much more worthless can you be that you can't spend your man's money on him? How much more useless can you be as a person, lady? This woman right here has painted herself as the most absolute useless spouse on the planet. Congratulations to you, gal. You've done a disservice to all women everywhere because people like you are getting more of your voice heard than the girls out there that are doing the thing they need to do to take care of stuff. And what about when your husband gets sick? What about your vows there? To having to hold richer or poorer, sickness and health, till death do you part kind of thing? Sickness and health is a big one. If he gets sick, are you going to take care of him? Are you? Are you going to be there providing the bills and take care of him then? When he can't provide? When he's older and suddenly he just isn't able to do it or he gets injured and he can't do it, are you just going to leave? Dude, I hope this guy, if she's married, I hope he leaves her and takes this video as evidence as to why he should never pay alimony or child support. And if he has to pay child support, because I do believe men should take care of their kids, 100%, guys. What should happen in a situation like this, because this chick would 100% use that child support money for herself. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. This woman is incredibly selfish. She says she's taking care of her kids. Probably he does just as much for the kids as she does. Probably more. Probably a lot more. Women like this that are so vapid and useless, they think they're doing more than they are. If they feel like they're giving 100%, they're giving 1%. If they feel like they're giving 1%, they're indebted to everyone around them because they have no sense of ability or sense of reality of what's going on in the real world. They can't grasp anything. They're incapable. They're caught up in their own ego. They're too self-centered, etc. She probably used her babies as a status symbol. One of those people that dress their kids a certain way, and you know the types. Anyway, it's gross when they do that, but this is even grosser. This is an egregious thing. This is a violation of what a marriage should be. This is a woman expecting to be treated like she's something important when she's being unimportant. She's making herself absolutely valueless as a person because she's not being a good example to her kids. She's maybe taking care of cooking food for her kids, maybe doing the laundry, whatever. That's also a stupid thing. He should do his own laundry. Look, I do laundry in my house. I wash dishes in my house. I clean my house. My spouse also. My wife does laundry, dishes, cooking. We both cook. We've both worked. We both take care of things. We both, if there's income, it's one income. It's not we have my money and you have your money. And this chick seems to have it thought that if she can have his money and he can have his money, but he can't have anything that she has. So if she deems it his money, it's like that old that joke that what was his name? Bo Burnham made. He said, if women make 75 cents to a man's dollar, why does the man only get a quarter or something like that? It's pretty screwed up. Pretty accurate though. But yeah, so what do you guys think of a gal like this? Is this the kind of gal you want to marry? Is this the kind of woman you want to have children with? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And ladies, I really want to hear your input on this. Is this a justifiable way for her to be when she said she's not even doing anything for the guy at all? I mean, she's basically said she's not doing anything. I mean, she better be throwing down in the bedroom really, really good. But judging by the look of her, I'm not thinking it's worth it. And if he's shagging all of her friends, well, I wouldn't blame him, and he shouldn't be ashamed of it. Because if a woman's going to act like this, he's going to cheat on you, and you caused it. Period. It's your fault. It's not his fault. He's void of responsibility in this situation. If he's hooking up with your friends and this is how you act as a woman, you can't have it both ways. You caused the problem. This is a you problem. At least he's not beating you up. Like that's, let him beat up your friends downstairs. He's not beating you, okay? If you can't get over yourself in this situation, just expect him to cheat and be okay with it. Because that's what this is about. That's the only way he gets any of his dignity back is having sex with your hot sister, all of your friends, probably at one time, and leaving their juices on your spot on the bed. As graphic as that makes it. Okay, don't do that. Guys, that's just bad form. Don't go out there and be hoes. But don't be surprised if he does. To quote Chris Rock, talking about Nicole Simpson. I'm not saying he should have killed her, but I understand. Don't kill your spouses. Besides, women are usually the ones that kill men in this country. I didn't think that was true. My wife pointed out the statistics. I don't know if I should be worried. Anyway, I'm Juice Magic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I love you in the face, and I hope you had a happy holiday. I'll see you next time.